Alright, these are some of my finds that I've made really over the last year and a half. I've been metal detecting for probably right at 3 years, but really didn't make my first good find until probably right at 8 months into it, 9 months. I really got discouraged there in the beginning because I was finding a lot of trash. My first good find, I guess, was a 3-ringer, and actually found that on the beach, which, come to find out, is where I found a lot of my Civil War relics. Has been on the beach, and that's actually where I got my. I found a U.S. Belt buckle, a Union belt buckle, which I'll show you right here. That's it right there, and that's one of the older ones. From what I gather, it's got the puppy paws, what you call them, I believe. But I found that probably about a month after I found my first 3-ringer, and like I said, I was getting discouraged there at first. Because I really just didn't know where to go, or really didn't know a whole lot about it. So I started out at the beach, and local parks and stuff like that, and but 90% of the stuff I'm gonna show you here is from 2 sites, or 3 sites, I should say. One of them is one of the sites is a local beach here in Charleston, and like I said, that's where I filmed my first 3-ringer. And come to find out, I pounded that place for weeks at a time. Every weekend, put it that way, I would go there, and when the tide was low, I would go there, and I would at least find one bullet. But what was weird about that is that I wasn't finding nothing else but bullets, and it was all within a probably 100 foot by 100 foot section. It was just like a little square on the beach that I was finding, all the bullets, the 3-ringers, but no buttons, nothing but lead. That's all I found on the beach was bullets. And I also found my very first, which I didn't even know what it was at the time, which is this right here, which I could barely make it out at the time. All I seen was a star, and I took it to we had a metal detecting seminar, or whatever they hold annually. I believe it was in Mount Pleasant. So I took this, and which is a Tron, a 3-cent piece, and the date is 1851. I believe that's the date on this one. I've actually found 2 of them. One, like I said, one of them on the beach. That was my first. I believe that's my first silver I ever found, was a 3-cent piece on the beach, and I had no idea what it was. I just kept it, just I've got a pile of stuff. I don't know what it is. I keep just about everything except for big pieces of iron or stuff I know that's trash. But like I said, I found that 3-cent piece 100 yards from where I was finding all the Civil War 3-ringers. And there was some. I did some research on that part of the beach, and there were Union soldiers stationed. I think throughout the whole 1862 through 1885. I'm sorry, 1881 to 1885. I'm probably saying that wrong. I don't know. But anyways, that there were some Union soldiers stationed there, and that's where I found all my bullets. The majority of my bullets, 90% of them, and I probably have, I don't know, maybe 75 altogether. And the other site, which was a park, and I was trying to figure out, thinking of old places to detect, that hadn't, maybe hadn't been detected before. And sure enough, I came across this park. I grew up right around the corner from this park, and I ended up naming it Penny Park because, I think everybody, from what I'm getting, is, dreams of a virgin site, they say. And, well, the Penny Park was definitely a virgin site. It had never, I don't think there's ever been a metal detector through that park. And I'll make another video on that park. But yeah, the first day at the park, I found, countless, I don't know, probably 20 something wheat pennies. I ended up finding my first Standing Liberty quarter, which looks like they, tried to make a trinket out of it or something. But I was excited about that, to find a Standing Liberty. Also found my first Mercury dime. I think I ended up pulling 3 or 4 Mercuries out of that park. And a few, I don't know, a couple silver quarters. Ended up pulling out of that park. And it took me, I would say, I don't know, 2 weeks. Every chance I got to go back, I would go back and metal detect that park. And every time I went back, I'd find something to where I got it, I think I about got it knocked out. But, like I said, I started out with the aces, the ace 200, and then 300, 350, and then I went to the 400, and that's where I'm at now, is with the ace 400. I decided to go ahead and make a video because I'm going to, visit these all these places again with the AT Pro. I'm fixing to get an AT Pro, and I'm gonna see what what I missed. See if the AT Pro can pick out anything I missed. So I told you it was, basically 90% of this stuff came from the beach, are these three sites I was talking about: the beach, the park, and then another place, which I'm not gonna say the name of it, but I'll make a video of that too. This here I found at the beach. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the date at the bottom, 1861. So yeah, I was all wrong earlier. Yeah, 1861 through 1865, there were soldiers stationed at that beach. Union soldiers. So that's why I guess I found that Union buckle there. I guess that makes sense, huh? And then the third site, which is unbelievable, and it's still, I'm still finding stuff to the day on my third site, and it's I'll show you the house on a video. The house that was built in the late or the mid 1800s, right before the Civil War. It was built, and supposedly the story was, which I didn't know at the time. I was just going by what I was told by the homeowners and the people around the house, which is a beautiful house. It's a this is a beautiful house, but they said that the only reason it didn't get burnt down is because the Union used it as a hospital, and that there were, the Union used it as a hospital. So that's the reason they didn't burn it down here in Charleston. And like I said, every one of these buttons here, I'll dump them out and show you some of the buttons that I found off of this property. And going back to the virgin property, obviously this never been metal detected. You got these dandy buttons that I guess that's early 1700s or late 1700s or early 1800s. And it's got some kind of little design on that one, but just some of these, like that here, that's just a beautiful button. It still has all its, it's got the gold gilt to it. This is a really nice looking button. And the coins I found on this piece of property were right there at the the mid 1800s. Right during the Civil War, I found some Indian head pennies, which are where's my Indian head pennies at? Right here. And that they are all 51s through 1860s. This is actually, that's Indian head pennies. I got some flying eagles. I don't know how good you could see that, but that's right there at the Civil War. So these are, I'm sure these are soldiers, drop these. That's what was so exciting about this, is that, you're finding, here's a cool button. Soldiers dropped the coins. I also found, I tell you, my first silver was this 3-cent piece here. Found that on the beach. The second one I found was on that property, which was really in pretty good condition. I don't know if we can get a date off of this phone here or not. Let me see. I'm wanting to say they're both 1851s. or I don't know. I can't see a date on it right now, but yeah. So I found a. This is a. I believe this is a $1 here. Which is pretty chewed up, but let me see if this one I can get a date on it. I don't see a date on it, but that's definitely a Spanish coin there. I found coppers. I mean, it's crazy. Let's start with this one here. This is a King George III, I do believe. I mean, that's pretty Hibernian, I believe is what you call this one here. And the date is on the back side there, and I can't get a date off of it, but and once again, this is all off of that one piece of property. So this copper here is toasted. I couldn't get anything off of that one. This one here is let's see, facing to the left. So I think that's King George II, I believe. And this one's definitely facing to the left. I don't know if I can get a date off of this one. Can't remember. I don't think so. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This huge copper here, which you can make out what you call her on the back there. I think this is a halfpenny. I mean, it's huge. Let's put it next to this right here. Also found this out there. When I was looking for, but that's another copper coin. That one there is slick. I've got a large cent in here. I didn't find. My girlfriend actually found it, and I was I was so where is that large cent? She's gonna kill me. Oh, here it is. So that's the large cent that my girlfriend found. And she was using the 350, Ace 350. Which it actually looked better. I mean, as soon as it came out the ground, I shouldn't be handling them like I am, because I guess the grease off your fingers or whatever. But it looked better when it first came out. I mean, I was happy for her, and then I was also mad at the same time that she found it. But after she found that the large cent, I ended up finding the Trime out there. My second Trime was on that same piece of property again. That one property. I'm definitely going to make a video out there coming up here soon. And that's a powder flask there I found on that property. This tent stake, soldiers would use this to, I guess, tighten their ropes or whatever on the tents. I believe this is a grape shot here. I found this on another beach. Yeah, just and then sticking to that same piece of property. I mean, look at the buttons that. I mean, I don't know if you can. make that out or not, but that's just a beautiful cuff button. That's general service button, cuff button. But yeah, just buttons galore, as you can see. I mean, every kind of button you can imagine. There's another South Carolina state button. Ball buttons. Let's see what this one is. What is that? I can't make that one out right now. Just all kinds of buttons. And like I said, all this is from one site using the Ace 400. That's why I'm really excited about getting the AT Pro. Hopefully it's going to pick up, a lot more. There's an old pewter button I found out there. I believe that's a button, or that might be I don't know what that is. Maybe a drawer pull or something. But it's pewter. That's old. And I found this rat tail spoon out there. Very, very heavy. But yeah, just I guess the sites still are out there. Like I said, I'm just now getting into it. I've been, like I said, metal detecting for 3 years, and all this stuff here came over last summer, pretty much. The majority of what you see was last summer. Here's some of the silver I found out there. This is a Barber quarter. Let's see, it's see if I can see that on the phone. 1902, I believe it is. Barber. Found that out there. Found the dime, Barber dime out there. It's one of 2 I found out there. Found 2 Barber dimes out there. There's another button. I don't know if I showed you that one. Just with the gold gilt still on it. Just beautiful. This chunk of lead. I found a couple of these out there. I don't know if I'm wanting to say that soldiers may have used these. Carried them around and took pieces off. I mean, you can still bend it. It's lead. I think they were just making bullets out there or wherever. Old lantern part. I know you can get the date off the stem there, but I can't make anything out of that. Here's a real. I believe this is a 2 real, 1778 maybe. And this hold. I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, once again, only 3 years into it, and I messed a few of my coins up, which I know now not to clean them, not to do anything, but my Buffalo nickels, which is over here, I found a few of those out of that piece of property, but yeah, I ended up ruining a couple of those trying to clean them. Well, this is actually it's my first V-nickel, I believe that is. Yeah, V-nickel I found on that property. The date is 1905. maybe. You can't see it right now. And some more nickels I found. Skeleton keys, all from that property. I mean, you're talking about an amazing piece. Something fun to hunt. I was out there last July, and it was, 100 degrees, and with the humidity here in Charleston, I was soaking, wet. This here I found out there too. I don't have no idea what this is. I was thinking it was what do you call it? I don't. It looks like it's got some, like it's screwed into something. I can't think of the name right now. Scabbard tip, maybe the tip to a scabbard. If I'm saying that correctly, I don't know. A couple thimbles. And some round balls, musket balls. This is a chunk of lead here, which I thought was pretty cool. Found on that same piece of property. This little junior sheriff badge, and it's pretty cool. And toe tap, I believe. It's some buckles. I'm just starting out with this YouTube thing. It's actually my second video I'm making, so I hadn't figured it all out yet. But and I actually found this last year too. These two were together, and I had no idea what what in the world they were. I just know I dug them up, and they were too smooth. They just looked like they shouldn't have been there. So I kept them, and I'm glad I did, because now I know that they were Indian artifacts. I forget what you call them, Indian pestle, or I guess they would either grind nuts or grind stuff with it, nuts or what have you. But two of those I found last year too, and just the buttons, the coppers I found on that piece of property, the bullets. I found 3 or 4 of the 3 ringers out there, so I know there were Union soldiers out there. Not trying to drag this on, hope this isn't too boring, but just trying to get on YouTube and see how it all worked for me. Hopefully y'all like this, and will subscribe. I promise to have some new videos. Like I said, I'm gonna hit all these places again here soon with my new detector I'm getting. Going to the AT Pro. I would like to have the Max, but I can't afford the Max right now. So hopefully you like this video. Just kind of wanted to show you what I found. This is, like I said, my first 3 years of metal detecting, pretty much. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that it's in buckets and stuff out here. But if y'all could tell me maybe what this is. It's got the eagle on it, which I'll show you. I just don't know what this is off of. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. It's got the eagle, but it looks like it was attached to something. Maybe stuck to, I don't know, but it's the same eagle as this right here. So it's that eagle that's right there. I just don't know, and you can tell it's broke off right there. If anybody knows what that is, please leave a comment and let me know what that is. And also, I'm trying to come up with maybe a name for my channel. You know, born and raised here in Charleston, and I plan on doing all my hunts right here in Charleston. There's so much history here in Charleston that I'm trying to come up with a catchy little name. But yeah, hopefully y'all like this video, and we'll push like and please subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna have some more videos and some live digs and all that stuff. Like I said, this is my second video, so I plan on getting out there with the camera or the phone or whatever and doing some live digs and showing you these 3 properties that I'm talking about. Some beach hunts where I'm finding Civil War relics, that buckle there, all of those bullets. Penny Park, where I found, my first stand in Liberty, and a couple quarters out of there, and the first Mercury dime out of there. Called that Penny Park. And this here was actually my first really good silver coin. And it came out of a neighborhood. I was driving through the neighborhood, and this old oak tree caught my attention. Beautiful old oak tree. It must have, I don't know, 200-300 year oak tree, and it was in a neighborhood. The houses were built in the early 40s, so I was just, thinking about doing some door knocking or whatever, and they had like a little common area, like a little park, I guess, where people would kind of walk their dogs. And I pulled over and started metal detecting, and ended up finding a couple Indian head pennies. And actually, this is the coin that's on my profile picture or whatever. It's but yeah, this coin right here came out of a neighborhood that the houses were built in the mid 40s, I guess, early 40s, mid 40s, and I never expected to dig this. I mean, how awesome is that? I didn't even know what I had at the time, to tell the truth. But after watching YouTube the last year or 2 years, it's obviously a pretty good find. And what sucks is I can't go back there. I went there once or twice after that, and got kind of carried away and was out there one night with my headlight, at nighttime, and I guess the neighbors, that they got kind of spooked or whatever, and I came back, I think a week later, and got ran off because of one neighbor. It was just one lady that I talked to a couple of the homeowners, and they said, yeah, they knew who called. It was just one of those neighbors that just didn't want me to have any fun. I wasn't tearing up the grass or anything like that. I was covering up my holes and doing everything as as neatly as possible. But yeah, this, like I said, I guess stuff can pop up anywhere. That's why I love this hobby. I am definitely hooked. I love it. That's all I do all day long is think about it and plan on new places and want to meet new people, and just get out there and go dig, man. I love it. So yeah, and this is first walk in Liberty, only one I have, but I got that door knocking. I was shocked when that came out. I mean, it gave me a good loud tone on the. I think I was using the 350 at that time. But yeah, just I hope I didn't bore you too much. Just kind of wanted to show you what I found. Like I said, this is over the last basically year and a half. And hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. and I will have more videos to come. Thanks.